Hello everyone, it is Liam back with a new video, and this time it is some black metal. So all of this I've had for probably a number of months, some of it before Christmas, some of it maybe a few months, but it's all black metal. Quite a lot of it is actually UK based bands, so hopefully you'll get something out of this. You've never heard of some of these, I know a lot of these did the rounds at the end of the year, like end of year lists and all that jazz, but I've only just picked up some of these from this year because obviously funds and all that jazz, and I don't collect as much as I used to. I try to, but it's really hard. So anyway, we'll crack on, and then I'll leave links below to everything I was showing today, so you can obviously go and support said projects. Now, the first one is a UK band. They're very much an English band up north. Mr. Steve Blackwood, who's in fuck knows how many bands or projects he's in now, but his one that I know him the most for is a band called Wynter Myst. And for whatever reason, I've had this on my hit list since it came out, really. It's been on sale a bazillion times, and for whatever reason, I've gone, yeah, I'll get that later. And now I finally have it, and that is the debut full-length from said band, Wynter Myst. This is called Fraw, I think that's right, yeah. Which was put out through Blackwood Productions, Dominance of Darkness Records, and another label as well. I think Ancient Entity or something like that was the other label. And this is just brilliant, like really frosty, harsh, ferocious black metal. Like Wynter Myst has a very certain sound to it where it's very harsh but very cold. And Steve, I think he does everything in the band. He just always writes really quality music. Really quality music, that makes sense to me. Just good fucking music, and it's a record I've had the second album since it was put out from whatever label it was that put it out. Death Prayer Records, I think it was, or something like that. And I've been meaning to grab this ever since I got that one. But yeah, it's just good, solid music, well written, entertaining, enjoyable. I think this is White Wax, yeah, to fit the theme of the album. And it's just solid, like really memorable, really catchy. Everything you want in a black metal album is all here, and like I say, the second one is just as good, if not maybe a little bit better. Can't really tell. I haven't really put these side by side. It's been a while since I've listened to the second one, but this was brilliant. And while I was there, I decided, I haven't got everything from him, so I thought, fuck it, I'll go mental and get everything. So I found this on Discogs because you couldn't buy it from his Bandcamp anymore. This is the debut EP from 2020 called End of an Era. Yeah. Now, I'm not sure if this was released for a label or not. I'm assuming it's just done for his own little label, Blackwood Productions. Just a little cassette on a white shell. And, a very basic J card in there with a picture of a tree on it and some lyrics. But, I hadn't had this again. This was like £6 on Discogs. I thought, fuck it, I'll have that. And then, because I got that, I thought, I've got to get the rest. And I can't think if it was a sale or not. I can't remember. So I brought this split here that he put out back in 2024. So this is a split with a band called The Guard, which is a band from Devon. 3 tracks from each side for each band, as you can see it there. And again, both are very similar in their approach to the music. I love that cassette though, it's so cool, isn't it? Both band logos on it, all over the shell. Now the J card's got a bit more to it as well, which I'll show you. As you can see there, the 2 lads in question, both one-man projects. I think Vigard, I'm fairly sure Vigard is a one-man band. And yeah, it's just, again, solid black metal. And then because of that, this is the reason why I went there in the first place, because this is the new EP for 2025 from Wynter Myst, which is entitled Cold Hatred. You can actually get this on vinyl now, as that split is on vinyl as well, but I haven't had the funds to buy that, so it's all cassette for me. But I'm not fussed by that. I love a cassette. There is the cassette in question, and this is just a nice little EP. I think 3 tracks from his little label there, Blackwood Productions. All in-house. Even came with a little sticker to show that it hadn't been opened yet. And yeah, just again, cold, nasty, horrible, angry, blasty, well written. It's everything you want. So that was a really nice solid start to the year for me and my little black metal, especially because I got them when it was cold and horrible. It's now starting to warm up a little bit, but it is raining a lot more. And yeah, it just fitted the mood I was in, and it, you know, I've been listening to them a lot. Kind of weaned off it a little bit, obviously, because the weather's got nicer. But yeah, fucking Wynter Myst. Go check them out. They are solid. Now, another UK band. I keep saying UK, but I guess I have to. This is a London-based band. Again, one-man project. I believe there is a live band for this setup now, but all the EPs and demos are all done by the same guy. So this is from Dane Cross, if you know that guy who put out that famous little black metal EP with a smiley face of him on his holidays, and I think it was a meme at some point as well, and loads of people spoke about it. And the only reason I ever discovered this band is because of that cover. And this is his latest effort. I think this is the 4th EP from him. And this is the band Sacred Sun with Grief Commodity. Again, he's on his holidays. I love that he does that, because it is a bit of a piss take towards the genre to a point, but at the same time, the music is completely separate from that photo. You couldn't make it up how good it is compared to what that looks like. It's hilarious. So you only go to like a charity shop and you see those like folk albums from America from the 60s and stuff like that. It reminds me of that for some reason, just really cheesy and really like, what the fuck is that? But musically, it's amazing. And they did put out a full length as a band a couple of years ago that was just amazing. Really solid black metal album. I haven't got that yet. It is again on the hit list. It's on the Bandcamp want list. Has been for months. But this is interesting because it was all done by him, and it's recorded on a voice memo app using his iPhone. So I'm assuming he's just recorded using the voice memo app. You know, when you speak about something you're going to remind yourself to do later. But he's recorded all the drums, guitars and vocals doing it that way as well. And it gives us, again, a really raw, organic sound, but it doesn't sound shit. Which is weird, because you think with a mobile phone app it would, but it doesn't. It kind of lends to the music, and it doesn't sound like there's a sock covering the amp, that kind of sound. It is quite clear, and I actually, again, really enjoyed it. I mean, there's like 9 tracks on here. I think it is, yeah, 9 tracks. But I don't know if this is an album or an EP. I want to say it's an EP, but it says it's the 6th album on my notes, but I don't know. I could be talking out my arse, but I always thought stuff like this from him was always an EP. So you'll have to tell me in the comment section if I'm dead wrong. But I really, really enjoyed that, and I'm still enjoying that. It's still getting played now and again. Now this one I only discovered late last year, and it's a band I absolutely love. Very much in the atmospheric, cold black metal realm, and they do it perfectly. This is a Swiss band, Austrian band. This is the 5th full length from 2024. This is Natruna with whatever it says down there, Hirima or something like that. This is put out through what was it put out through? Altair Records, something like that, by memory. Altair Productions, who I recently did a video for a load of vinyl albums in the last video back, which I'll link above my head. It's been so long since I've done a video, I'm out of sync now. Altair Productions, I swear it was that Portuguese label, yeah. And this is one of the ones that was on that label, and I was desperate to get hold of this. So when I got an inkling of where I could get it from, I went and got it straight away. This is a double album. The first album is the basically the full band, and then the second CD is just like the instrumental side of it, with no vocals, nothing like that. So you get a kind of like a nice soundscapey one here if you're working, and then the full hit here. But gorgeous. This is also on wax as well, so if you're a vinyl addict you can get this on vinyl. But his music is superb. Now they've been around a long while now, I imagine, because this is the 5th full length, so either the late 2020s or early 2020s I think this started. It could be even longer than that, not too sure. But for me, this project, it just kind of, it captures all the emotion, the rawness. It's cold, it's nasty. I mean, the book is very much the same as well. The last album I thought was brilliant from him. Really, really enjoyed it. And it's just fucking good. Really good atmospheric black metal where it's icy, it's cold. I've used that phrase a few times now, but it stands, you know. It makes you feel like the cover suggests, if that helps. So if you like that kind of black metal where it kind of takes you to a realm of horribleness and emotions and it's atmospheric, this is one of those bands that will take you there. It's fucking great stuff. So Natruna, I can't recommend that enough. I absolutely love that band. Now, a few of these are cassettes, old bands, oldish bands, I guess. I got in this like a deal on Discogs from someone who was selling them for like basically nothing. So I kind of wanted to expand on my kind of UK black metal collection for whatever reason. There's obviously a few bands that aren't from the UK in here, but a lot of them are dotted around the country, and I thought, yeah, it'd be really cool to have them in my collection. And this one, never heard of them. This is actually a band from Edinburgh in Scotland called, I want to say, Brother, or something like that. And I can't even pronounce what this is called, but it's down there. So they formed in 2015, and this is the second EP from 2019. Cassette is 2 sides that look like that. Nothing too fancy. And this was put out through Blackwood Productions, so Steve does get about, I believe there's another label involved, but I couldn't tell you what that is. It could be wrong now, it could just be a little symbol. You never know with black metal bands. But this is fucking superb. Really, again, atmospheric. It takes you on a journey. It's got that kind of mystical vibe to it, where they're kind of, you're going through landscapes, that kind of black metal sound. Very epic. Dreamy, I guess you could use that word if you really want to be weird about it, but it's just great, really solid. You can just put it on in the background, close your eyes if you're wearing headphones, that kind of thing, and it just kind of takes you away, you know, one of those bands. So I really enjoyed that. But again, you have to kind of be in the mood sometimes for those kind of bands, because you have to let yourself go. You can't concentrate, because otherwise you don't get the music. Now, this one is a so we'll do this one, yeah, this CD here. So I got this for literally nothing. I think this went down to like £3.50 off Amazon, so it was a no-brainer just to buy it. Never heard of the band. Well, I've heard of the band, I've never heard any of his music. And this is Shining, which is a Swedish band. Formed in '96 by Nicholas Carforth. So he was 12 years old when he started this band, which I couldn't believe. I mean, I've got the Black Metal History Encyclopedia behind me, and I remember reading up about this band, how extreme they were, and pushing the boundaries and stuff like that. But this is his 12th full length from 2023. I think it's just a self-titled album. But again, this costs like nothing. This was put out through Napalm Records. I know there's obviously a vinyl version, but this was £3.50, so I just instantly bought it. Couldn't care less if it sounded shit or not. It was cheap. And I liked the cover. I thought the cover was really interesting. It's got like a shiv or something like that, and he's kind of carving out his mouth. But when I listened to this, I was really surprised, because I was expecting some kind of raw, nasty, really fast kind of style black metal, but it really wasn't that at all. It was very atmospheric, very instrumental as well. There's a lot of music without vocals and like full band. It's very singular on the guitars, builds a lot of atmosphere, creates the soundscapes he's going to go into. And it's not a short album either. It did kind of go on a bit for me, but I think it's because it builds and it builds and it builds. But then I listened to this 3 or 4 times, and I really sunk in after that, and I started to really, really enjoy it, because it was totally different from the other things I was listening to. It wasn't in your face, it wasn't intense. It had those moments, but it was more musically interesting, and it kind of, as a guitarist, I call myself, you know, I appreciated what was going on, and it took a lot more in than what I do with most black metal bands. I kind of go for the atmosphere rather than the guitar work, if that makes sense. So this was really cool, and I really enjoyed it. So I don't know how cheap it is on Amazon now, but I imagine it won't be that much money, because like I said, I got it for £3.50. You can't even buy a CD that cheap if you go to like a shop in like H&B or anything like that. So wicked price, couldn't ignore it. So yeah, Shining. Now back to the tapes, and this one is a band from the south of England that formed in 2016. This is the band The Wolf Garden. You may have heard of these guys. They have a few albums out. And this is the Yawning Abyss, which again is I think this is the second EP from him, yeah, from 2018. So this is, again, it's not atmospheric black metal, I wouldn't call it anything like that. It's more to the point, but it also has a lot of instrumentals and kind of folky elements to it. Again, it creates this kind of soundscape image and stuff like that. This is a 2-man project. J card is there. So there is atmosphere in there, and the cassette's quite smart as well. It's an all over print cassette, which is quite snappy. But it's a band, I've heard the name, I've seen album covers of theirs dotted around, but I just never got round to fully investing in them. And yeah, so I got this little EP, and it's brilliant, really, really solid. Again, like the Shining album, it has those instrumental moments where it builds and it builds and it builds, and it kind of creates these soundscapes for you to enjoy. And then it hits you with like some vocals and there's blasts and all that kind of thing. So yeah, really enjoyed that. And then sticking with the UK, I got this, and I only found out about this just purely because of Instagram. And it was just a kind of like, I like the cover, I want that. Went on there and I managed to grab a copy while I had some money to spend. And yeah, well happy with it. So this is like a super group, I guess, in a stupidly weird way, of two kind of mainstay bands in the UK black metal scene at the moment, doing something together to create something similar-ish to what they would already be doing, but with its own kind of flavour. So this is, I want to say Barrow, what was they called? Barrow Lord, yeah. And he said Barrow Keep. So this Barrow Lord with Unholy Conquest. I mean, the cover is amazing. I don't believe that's the original cover. The original cover's inside, but for this vinyl edition, they went like that. So there's a picture of these two lads here. So you've got, I know his real name, but I'm going to use his black metal name, Dinos, the lad from That Guy out of Wales, and this one over here is Vassus from England, south of England, I think, Bristol way. So those two lads, there they are there. So yeah, so you got your Bridnos, Welsh band, southwest England, I think. I could be dead wrong, but I'm fairly sure that's where they're from. So this was put out through a different label in Europe somewhere. I will leave it down there what it was, but this was only 150 copies. And it came with a lot of little goodies inside. So there was a poster. I'll try and take all this out without knocking over my stack of cassettes. So that's what the actual artwork should look like, I believe. Which is still quite cool. I like castles, I like knights and all that shit. The lads there giving it the big one with the kind of demon thing there, and what, you know, who's done what in the band, and that logo and vocals and stuff like that. And then I believe there was a CD copy, yeah, which I haven't opened, still sealed, which I thought was a really nice touch, because, you know, you can chuck a CD on and enjoy it without having to damage the vinyl. And then it did come with some incense. Again, I haven't taken that out. I have no interest in incense, but there it is there if I want to spice up my life a bit, sitting here with some candles and hopefully not catch flames. And then there's like a little insert here with the lyrics, which is quite cool. And then the vinyl, I swear is only black. Oh, there's a sticker in there. I'm going to put that somewhere. I didn't know that was in there. I'm going to keep that out. That's going on somewhere in here. There's stickers everywhere. Was it just black wax? It was just black wax. But I believe it's 180 gram vinyl, so it weighs a fair bit. So that's quite cool. And it does sound at the tits. So yeah, I think that's all that's in there. Quite a lot, yeah. So yeah, again, musically, it's quite blasty, fun, entertaining. Like, it's got lots of good riffs on it as well. That's what made me buy it. I kind of streamed it on Bandcamp just to double check it wasn't like Dungeon Synth or anything like that. I'm not quite ready for Dungeon Synth yet. I've dabbled, but I'm not really there yet. I'm not on your fucking Casio synthesizers and all that shit. Not yet. Maybe in another couple of years' time I'll be doing a YouTube video and I'll be talking about Dungeon Synth. You never know. I mean, I used to say I would never listen to stuff like this when I was younger, but here we are. I fucking love it now. So yeah, what was it called? Barrow Lord. Fucking brilliant stuff. I've listened to this loads. I should know the band name by now, but I just like looking at the picture. I don't even read that bit. Just like, oh yeah, medieval stuff. I like that. So yeah, fucking good shit. Get on that. That's awesome. Let's have a beer. Cheers, everyone. Hopefully you watch this, because I'm fucking rubbish with videos at the moment. Now, this one is a band that has disbanded, but again, I wanted to work for the old UK collection. This is a South Wales band. They're from Swansea, or were from Swansea, which is South Wales. So this is a band called Ghast, with Dread Doom Ruin. So they formed in 2007 and then disbanded in 2014. And this is their second full length from 2014. Just a black shell. This is kind of slow, kind of mid-paced, bit doomy, like black and doom, you could kind of maybe call them. J card looks like that. Make sure I get it the right way around. So they're the lads there, and then inside it looks like, looks like that. It's quite cool. But yeah, this is very much more atmospheric-y, doomy, sinister sounding, very mid-paced. This is a limited edition from Under Dark Soil, 150 copies, if you care to know that, which you probably don't, but there you go. But yeah, again, another one, I never heard of them, but again, I got this on a deal, and I thought, more UK black metal the better. I like to kind of have this kind of museum of music that I can reference when I want to. So that was really cool to have, yeah. Shame they're not together anymore, but there you go. Now, everyone will know about this album. I kind of only got it because everyone else spoke about it on their end of year lists, and obviously well aware of the band. I've got the second album, and I've been meaning to pick up the other two that are missing, but you see something shiny new and I end up buying that instead. But this is Aara with their latest effort called Eiger, put out through Deborah Morty Productions, which is a French label, I think. So this is a Swiss band, and this is their 6th full length from 2024. Kind of a different style, because I know they did a trilogy of albums not too long ago prior to this one, and I think this is now a different one of a new series. I could be dead wrong, but I really like the cover. I'm not sure why, but that whole Arctic expedition, someone hanging on there while they're trying to support them, and then you've got some mountains. And that is exactly what this music sounds like. Very, very atmospheric, kind of like what's in the background. It's very icy, cold and horrible, and this band do it brilliantly. Their vocals, when I first ever heard them, and they used to kind of put me off because they're really high-pitched shrieks and that but really high-pitched. But after a while, I kind of got used to it, and then you kind of take in the riffs and the music, and it just kind of changes your opinion of the band. So when I heard about this one, I gave it a dabble. Everyone was raving about it, and they were dead right. It's a brilliant, brilliant album. Really intense musically, kind of captivates you, and you just take it all in, and I thought it was fucking brilliant. So, bit of Aara there, you all probably already know about that, but I'm late to the party, but I joined it in the end. Now this one is a new one for 2025. This is the 4th demo from this band, based out in, I think, Northern England somewhere, and this is Oaken Throne. This is a one-man project by a chap called Simon. I believe he's now starting it to a live band now, but he pumps out all these demos himself. I think he did 2 last year, maybe 1 last year, I can't remember, which I have. But this is the latest one. This one's called the Oakenthrone, all done from himself, no label involved. I don't believe there's a label involved. I'm fairly sure these are self-released. There's the lad there, giving it the big one in the J card there. And this is 2 tracks. Yeah, I think so. Astral Binding and the Oakenthrone. Yeah, so 2 tracks, very atmospheric but very riffy music. So it's just very catchy, and that's what got me on board. I was like, listen to the last release, and it's just as good. I can't remember, someone on Instagram showed it off, a Scottish lass, and I went and checked it out. I really enjoyed it, so I've been supporting it ever since. And this is fucking top tier stuff, you know, really catchy, very well produced, well recorded, considering it's done it all by himself. And you know, has been releasing 1 a year since 2022, so there you go. So 1 demo a year, but no full length just yet, so you never know, that might happen. But if you haven't supported him yet, link below, you'll be happy you did. Now 2 more and then I'll leave you alone. This is some Ukrainian black metal from someone who's already in a quite fairly established Ukrainian black metal band, doing black metal that sounds exactly like the other band. So this is Mopok, which is the chap from Severov, yeah, haven't got his name, but if you know the band Severov, that Ukrainian black metal band, one-man dude, long hair, this is his other project called Mopok, which formed in 2014, and this is the EP from 2018, and for whatever reason, I can't really tell them apart. There must be a really obvious reason why he does these different projects, but for my ears, it just sounds the same. You can tell it's him straight away, because I like Severov. I have a few of his albums. And this one, I swear it was John from Rock and Metal Plus that showed this a little while ago, and I went on the hunt for it. Just by accident, I saw it in a distro while I had to pick something out. And this was in there, so I grabbed it. And yeah, just as good, solid, wintry, atmospheric black metal again. That's kind of my go-to black metal, is the atmospheric side. I'm not really into the raw punky side or the just in sheer blasty. I mean, I obviously have that, but I like melody, I like atmosphere, I like raw black metal as well, but it has to have something more to it than just someone screaming down a fucking sock, you know. And this is it. This is great. Again, nothing new, and if you like Severoth, this is pretty much in line with that, so obviously go and check this out if you like Severoth. But they are pretty much identical, so no idea why he's in several different bands, but there you go. And the last one is another one that was recommended loads last year. I really wanted this on vinyl, but I couldn't find it without paying a kidney in shipping. So luckily a UK label put out a cassette version. This is Auld Ridge with "For Death and Glory to the Gods I Cry," something like that. This is a UK band but based out in France. One-man project, and this is his 7th release from 2024. And I swear Roger was the one that convinced me to pick this up in the end, of Mr. Corvick, because I always trust his opinion a lot, and he knows his shit, and he's been around since the 90s in the original black metal scene out in Norway. So when he says something's pretty good, you know, you'll go and check it out. And he's spot on with this. This is really, really good, really catchy, really riffy. And I was really impressed with how good this sounds. So I kind of want to try and find other things from this band. I'm not sure that's him. I think this is just part of the artwork, but I like to pretend that might be him in the picture there. But this is fucking solid, honestly. Really, really catchy, atmospheric, but it's riffy. Really, really riffy. And I love stuff like that. And this is put out through Under the Dark Soil, I believe. Yeah. So a limited edition cassette. I can link below where you can still grab copies of that if you haven't got that yet. On cassette anyway. I would love to get it on vinyl, but beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, that was well worth grabbing. So cheers to everyone that recommended that. That was well worth checking out. That's it. What we got, 27 minutes. These videos are getting longer because I'm getting out of practice, so I do apologise if you've wasted 27 minutes of your life watching this. But if you have, I truly do appreciate it. I will leave links below to everything I'm talking about. Please like the video to let YouTube know I'm alright, and if you haven't and you want to, feel free to subscribe to the channel and check out all my other shite. That'll be around my head now. Into the meantime, please take care, and I'll speak to you guys in the comment section. Cheers.